Just want to let everybody know we're live now. I'm going to play my song, The King's Crown, that I produced, I'd say back in 2019 and 2018. And this is a newer version with it more, the updated skills of the AI, which helps enhance the beats and the sounds of the voice. So with further ado, let's play the song, and then I'll talk to you about a few things. Thank you.
Yeah, this song's for all you backstabbing, backbiting, bullying, lying motherfuckers. Just want you to know that. That's who it's for. This is coming from DJ Shark or Sing Shark. How about that? Motherfuckers. I'm back in fury, in my glory now. So you think things used to be what they were? I won't push around, push down to the ground. I stand in my ground, I own my own crown. So you think things used to be like they were in the past? I'll beat you down to the ground. I am in my glory. Things ain't the way they used to be. Do you want a shot at my crowd? I'll stand my ground. Things ain't the way they used to be. Resurrected from my past, made me who I am today. You motherfuckers, you won't live in another day. Do you wanna step up to me? I got my own posse, I can do it. I'm standing in my glory, I'm tougher than I ever been. Than I've been in my past. I'm older now. You're living in reality. You better think about it. I can't bring you down. I can't stand my ground. I got what it takes. I am tougher than I ever been. I'll bring you down to the ground. Got fist and fury in my glory. Been resurrected from the grave. I'm back to stand up for what I believe. I'll tell the truth. I'll bring you down. God speaking in my voice. I am in now. I'm here now. I'm here now. You thought you could get away with what you did. I was down, got back up, brushed myself off, stood one for I believe, stood for what I believe. You better back up, I'll take you down, beat you down to the ground, beat you down to the ground. Things ain't the way they used to be. I'm bigger now. I wear my crown. Got my friends that will back me up now. So you think you're tough? Why don't you stand up? I'll beat you down. I'll stand my ground. I'll stand my ground.
Thanks for joining me. This is DJ Shark Hitter, also known as Rabbi Mark. On today's show, we're just going to discuss a few things that I've been doing that I've discussed on some other shows. If anyone's a fan of Silo, Angel, Gotti, and also Soulflow, I've mentioned it also in the chat bar that I just produced 2 new books. I also did a song, produced a new song single. Also, we're going to be starting a show, which is, if you see it across the ticker screen on the bottom, we're going to do a boxing show, which is news from across Long Island, with my admin, Steve Solomon, who is a professional boxer and trainer with special needs. Him and I work together. We do adaptive special needs exercises. Steve definitely leads the boxing part of it with a lot of kids across Long Island. He's also made the paper. He's also been in the news on a few occasions on how he's made adaptive boxing exercises and training for kids with special needs. Also, during my boxing, which I always do on Mondays at 12:45 p.m. at the JCC in Long Island, I have the honor of working with Maria, who is the lead of the class, and I assist her with the Parkinson's boxing class. It's been known that boxing helps out with those with Parkinson's for balance, hand-eye coordination, strength. So we do adaptive exercises. I just wrote the book that just is out in Amazon. You could get it on Kindle. It's coming out in print. Print takes a little longer to have it put up. So I'm going to put it up on the screen. This book that's on Amazon, you can look it up. It's Rabbi Mark Sebesta, who I am. That's the author of the book, which is me. So this is it. If you want to take a look at it, it's called Adaptive Exercises for Individuals. It's actually out now. What you're looking at is the if you expand the screen, probably on your computer, your iPhone, iPad, your Kindle pad, or your Fire Pad, you'll see the title, Adaptive Exercises for Individuals, inclusive fitness for adaptive exercises for special need individuals. So that's the book that's available for all parents, teachers, also gym teachers. So I shared this also with my supervisors at the JCC there. What many people don't know about me, which I ain't ashamed to say. I'm glad of who I am. I've had many hats. I've worked in law enforcement. I was a police officer. I've owned pizzeria. I was a construction worker. I'm still involved as a hobby, which is guitar, singing, writing music, which I produced, and I have all my music out on different platforms. My music's also on YouTube, and if you notice, there's different channels. different channels with DJ Shark Hitter, and that reason that is because some of my music was sent out on different agencies that that send it out to YouTube. So you might see it twice somewhere. You might see it once. Like I have a, Sony Music, Orchard, CD Baby, a Wall. So different platforms I have used past and present for my music distribution. Yesterday and the day before, we've been having some issues, and they were able to trace IP addresses on persons of interest and persons involved with trying to get my my music that is rightfully mine, soulfully mine, 100% in contracts, taken down. Lying, saying it was their music, and coming to find out these people have no knowledge of music because they're just troublemakers. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't go out looking for trouble. I don't bother nobody, but some of them are real, clowns. I've seen a few of them, and half the time I look at them, I don't even think they know what they're talking about. So, I've seen it. I always be, decent to everybody that respects me. But you know what? When you don't respect me, I don't have to respect you. And then that's all there is to it. That you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back, and that's it. I don't play that game, man. I don't play the fiddles, and I also don't like. I know I'm a rabbi. I know I have obligations, but I would protect my own friend the same way, just as I would protect my family. And if worse comes to worse, there will be process serving going on. I will have papers served. We will be sitting in court, and I will get to see your face for real. Right now, your identity is kind of hidden, but I don't have no problem having somebody hired, which my lawyer will do. To bring you into court. I don't care what state you're in. I'll definitely get you in court. And you'll pay a price. First of all, ignorance is not, not a good thing for people. And the other thing is when people sit there and they're two-faced and they say, you're a decent person and this and that. And I want you to prove whatever it is you're thinking of me. I want you to prove everything you think of me. Okay. Because really I have so many people, hundreds and thousands of people that know me. My wife is number one and my son. All right. My family. They know me. They know the kind of person I am, and they know I'm a stand-up guy. But you know what? I don't like when people make assumptions. Maybe I shouldn't trust you. Okay. Maybe it's, see, I could play that too. Maybe whoever you are, maybe I shouldn't trust you. Because if you're sitting there thinking something about me that you don't even know about, you're playing with your own head. Because there's people that stereotype. Oh yeah, he wears sunglasses. He's oh, he was this, he was that, and he's probably, don't play that game. He's probably this, he's probably that. I could read in between the lines just as well as anybody else, because your actions speak louder than even your words. All right. Your actions speak louder than your words. So some of the actions I've seen, pretty funny. The other thing is, here's the other thing. I know people. I know famous people. I've had talks with famous people, and everybody's like, "Well, what do you have to prove it? What do you have to prove it?" I don't have nothing to prove because, first of all, when I've been with these people, I don't need a picture. All right, I don't need pictures. I don't need to flaunt it across the internet. I don't need to put it on a Facebook. See, what I do is I treat them like they're people. Okay, I treat them like they're people. When you do things like, hey, you want to take a picture? That's like, you might get that person the wrong idea. I hung out with Ray Liotta. He was a great guy. As a matter of fact, when I met him, I had a military haircut because I was still doing the high-end security for protection, and he actually offered me a part in the movie he was doing in New York. And, of course, even if that was offered to me, I couldn't accept it. Because I never want nobody to ever think I'm using them. Even somebody like that at the time in his life. So we had a great talk. Even I met Gene Simmons. I've talked to him. We've actually chatted once before. I had proof of that because the only way I was chatting with him that time was over, a chat, his personal chat. I have, of course, with computers, they timestamp everything. So there's always a copy of something somewhere through the computer and through the internet generation. That was when I owned the pizzeria. I invited him to come because I knew at the time his mom was still alive, and he frequently came out towards Long Island and through Queens. So the conversation was, hey, you want to stop by for some pizza? And of course, with him being at the level he's at, he didn't have time to, but eventually we did meet up, but it wasn't when I had the pizzeria. I was doing security, and lo and behold, eventually I spoke to him. I could have. Now, when him and I were speaking, there was people out there taking pictures, and he was getting into his car. He was doing what he was doing. I know a couple of the guys that know him because, his manager. I know he was still doing this show also, Family Jewels. But I never asked for pictures. You know why? Because he's a private man. He is. You got to respect. I knew a couple. I knew also, the drummer, not Peter Chris, but the previous drummer that passed away. I was from the same area he was. We went to school together. I knew him. But his name was Ari Carr. He was from Middletown. I'm from Newburgh. Middletown's right down the street. We used to hang out at the Newburgh Mall in the 80s. We used to hang out all over the place. So, I have nothing to prove to nobody, and I don't piggyback off of somebody else's name like a few people do. They try to make a living off of somebody else's name. And I ain't afraid to say that because, those people know who they are. And I don't even care if they like me or not. You're not my mother. You're not my father. I was raised already. I'm a man. I'm a man of myself. I'm going to be 53 years old. All right. So, yeah, I have experience and stuff under my belt, too. Not just, a few. But I've always survived by my own talents and my own skills, not using using somebody else to make money off of them. And I have a past. I have a family that was involved with, things in the beginning, in the 1901. It's like those days are kind of gone, but everybody does envy, myself included, things, with the mafia and, things, everybody. I said this once before that everyone knows someone, or everyone, at least most that I know, somebody was involved in families, and that's it. And I got proof. I could bring that up, but I don't do that. I could go upstate right now and get a couple people right now and have them come on. They used to be, head of things too. And a lot of people I know who they are. But I don't sit there and brag about it, man. The only people that can really brag about it is if somebody knows it. I don't like people like that use people for their own personal gain in their finance. The second book that I'm going to introduce everyone to is, it's a good title. I just finished it. It's published now. It's not just a book. It's a series. There's going to be a series of books. The title is From Sicily to America, The Rise of the Mafia. All right. I was raised around that life too. So don't think just because I'm Jewish means that we weren't involved or my family wasn't involved, because my family was involved, because a lot of the place that my grandfather had in Brooklyn is still standing and it isn't down. As a matter of fact, it was still owned by my family the last time I checked. But at the time, prohibition was a real thing. Now, in that area of the funeral home, okay, there was an upstairs hidden area. Okay, in the upstairs hidden area was where they used to bring in what they called back then the booze. Now, this is from my grandfather. God rest his soul. And my grandmother, who told me in on some things too that she remembered at the time, that he would drop her off at the area and then do his thing. Okay, the ladies would stick together in Brooklyn. It was a funeral home. Okay, it was Di Donato's at the time. All right, so everybody thinks that nobody knows somebody, but I got news for you. This book will shed some light on the histories of it. Okay, if anybody's interested, that's on. There's going to be a series of families. It's more geared towards the Italians, the Irish, and the Jews. Okay, everybody was. All right. Everybody was, and there's a lot of good history. As a matter of fact, one of the guys that I know is still alive that knew my grandfather when they had to do something in New Jersey. Okay, the guy's nearly almost 95 years old, going on 96, and he trains with me, and he's Jewish, if that's okay. On to the next. This is the new song that's out. It's called Father's Love for His Son. That should be out soon. This is just what I'm showing you now is just the album cover. So, I just want to, share some of that information, Because I know that there's people out there that assume they're better than you or they're better than somebody else, but I could give two shits who really thinks they're better, because I just don't care, man. I don't care who thinks they're better, who thinks they got the most followers. I don't care if somebody gives me a thumbs up, because even if they don't give me a thumbs up, somebody's watching. I got news for you. Somebody's watching. Somebody's seeing this. Somebody knows somebody. Am I talking in circles? No, I'm not talking in circles. I'm talking the way it is. I'm talking facts. I don't need to talk to somebody, all right? It's the way it is. It's not only is it a jungle physically, the internet is becoming a jungle. Attacks, people talking about this one, people making assumptions by the way someone looks, like even myself. But you know what? Don't forget, word gets around. All right, one way or another, word gets around, and so does karma. If you want to treat me bad, remember this: there is karma too. All right, because if you wish karma on somebody else, usually what happens, the karma that's on an innocent person is actually going to backfire on the person that's wishing it or hoping it on me. All right, and I can't believe that some people think they have the audacity or the balls to think they could go around assuming that karma is going to get me. All right? Because you don't even know me, man. You just probably don't like a song. You don't like something I did. You don't like how I talk. You don't like maybe how I look. Too damn bad. Too bad. If you don't like how I look, don't look at me. Don't look at me. If you don't like my wife, don't bother with her. If you don't like my son, don't bother with him. Stay away from him. Stay away from me. That's it. I make it clear. Some people think they're dealing with a kid. That's the real funny thing. Some people think they're dealing with a child or some simpleton that was born yesterday. You know what? I got street smarts too, and so does my father. So, you know what? I know a lot of things too. I know a lot of people too, but I don't brag about it. All right. I don't sit there, oh, I'm going to get this one after you. But one thing I will do is if you hurt my livelihood and you hurt my son or my wife, I'm definitely going to come after you. I'll sue you. I'll take you down. I'll bring you to the papers. I'll bring you to the news, because it's newsworthy, man. It's newsworthy. Even right now with what somebody did, I could go to the news because I have proof and bring you down. I could bring you down, and I will bring you down if I want to, because what you're doing is making fabricated stories about me. And when you mess with my livelihood and you mess with my wife and my son, who I feed and take care of too, and who I love, there's no mercy, man. There's no mercy for you. And if you got the audacity or the balls, I can meet you and we can straighten it out in the ring. I'll take you in a cage, man. And I bet you'll lose. I bet you will lose. I bet you'll lose. I'm more experienced and more nimble than even you. All right? I am. And I ain't afraid. Ask anyone that knows me. Ask anyone that knows me. As a matter of fact, I'll introduce you to a few of them. I'll introduce you to a few of them if you want. I have no problem with it. No problem. Because I got news for you. When there's problems, there are those that do call me. But I don't go flaunting at what I did or what I had to do to make sure that things didn't get too further further escalation. Okay, I don't care if you're 7 feet. I don't care if you're all that or whatever. I don't care. I can still handle you. I can still take care of you. So you have a good day, everyone, and don't forget to hit the like button. If you look across the ticker, that's my Cash App. If anyone likes the show and donate, stay tuned. I'll have another book coming out in the series From Sicily to America. And stay tuned because the book's going to start naming names too of people. And I asked my father to go through some pictures that he has. I'm going to have, I do have a few pictures that were sent to me. I have them in a safe because they're very old pictures of my family, my grandfather, back, when he was in his younger years, back when my dad was a young boy. Pictures of them in Central Park. I'm not naming names, and that's it. But I don't have to name names because I have the proof anyway. And a picture is worth 1,000 words. So don't forget to hit the like button, donate to the show, and stay tuned for up and coming talks on boxing in Long Island news, and what's going on locally in Long Island. Take care, everyone, and have a nice day.